Hey everyone, and buckle up for a wild ride into the bizarre and often hilarious world where artificial intelligence meets the unfiltered mind of Joe Rogan. From AI-generated podcast guests to algorithms trying to make sense of his conversations, we're diving into the funniest and most outlandish shenanigans that happen when AI gets a dose of the JRE universe. Get ready to laugh, scratch your head, and maybe even question reality a little bit. What makes Joe Rogan AI shenanigans so funny? The humor in this topic stems from the inherent absurdity of trying to apply logical, often still developing AI to the unpredictable and wide-ranging discussions on the Joe Rogan Experience. Whether it's AI attempting to mimic his interview style, generate topics he might discuss, or even create guests for the show, the results are often delightfully strange and ripe for comedic interpretation. It's the clash between human spontaneity and artificial logic that creates the comedic gold. AI attempts to write Joe Rogan podcast intros. Imagine an AI trying to capture the essence of a Joe Rogan intro. Picture robotic voices attempting to say things like, https://www.google.com/search?q equals powerfultray.com, folks. My guest today is a neural network that's been smoking DMT with a chimpanzee. The awkward phrasing, the unexpected combinations of topics, and the AI's struggle to grasp the flow of his introductions are inherently funny. We'll explore some of the most ridiculous AI-generated intro attempts. AI creates hypothetical Joe Rogan guests. What if AI could invent guests for the Joe Rogan Experience? We'll delve into the hilarious possibilities, from interviewing a sentient houseplant about its philosophical views to a deep dive with an algorithm that claims to have solved the mystery of Bigfoot using only Reddit data. The absurdity of these AI-imagined guests and the potential conversations they'd have are prime comedic material. Algorithms try to understand Joe Rogan's conspiracy theories. Joe Rogan's podcast often ventures into the realm of conspiracy theories. Imagine an AI trying to analyze and make sense of these complex and sometimes outlandish ideas. The AI's attempts to find logical connections between ancient aliens, government cover-ups, and the benefits of elk meat would undoubtedly lead to humorous and nonsensical conclusions. We'll explore how AI might interpret some of his more out-there discussions. AI tries to mimic Jamie's fact-checking. Jamie Pulliam's role as the fact-checker and voice of reason on the JRE is iconic. Picture an AI trying to replicate his interventions, perhaps with robotic interjections like, "Actually, Joe, my database indicates that the average wingspan of a pterodactyl was closer to." The AI's literal and often overly precise attempts to fact-check Rogan's often speculative statements would be inherently funny. AI generates Joe Rogan-style monologues. Joe Rogan is known for his long, winding monologues on various topics. Imagine an AI attempting to generate its own Rogan-esque rants, perhaps about the benefits of sensory deprivation tanks for artificial intelligence or the evolutionary advantages of having multiple USB ports. The AI's robotic delivery and potentially nonsensical arguments would be comedic gold. AI creates JRE clips that never happened. We'll explore the hilarious possibilities of AI generating fake JRE clips with outlandish scenarios, such as Joe interviewing a time-traveling caveman about his diet or a debate between an AI and a gorilla about the merits of different communication methods. These fabricated scenarios, designed to sound vaguely like a real JRE clip, would be pure comedic fantasy. The ethics and fun of AI impersonation. While the focus is on humor, we'll briefly touch on the ethical considerations of AI mimicking real people, even in a comedic context. However, the main focus will remain on the light-hearted and entertaining aspects of these AI shenanigans. Conclusion. The intersection of artificial intelligence and the Joe Rogan Experience is a fertile ground for comedy. As AI continues to evolve, the potential for even more bizarre and hilarious shenanigans is endless. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most entertaining outcomes arise when cutting-edge technology meets the wonderfully unpredictable nature of human conversation. Outro. What are some of your favorite hypothetical Joe Rogan AI moments? Share your funny ideas in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the strange and fascinating corners of technology and culture. Thanks for tuning in.